Among the rise of umpteen number of universes, the YRF Spy universe has made a larger-than-life entry with Pathaan, and it is truly a theatrical experience. Before I say anything more, let me just tell you that there are going to be enough number of spoilers in this video, so if you have not watched Pathaan yet, save this video and watch it later once you watch the film. And if you've watched it already, you're in for a jolly ride, so stay tuned with me until the video ends, and don't forget to subscribe to News Hamster if you haven't already. The movie Pathaan has several high points, and one of them is the cameo of Bhai Salman Khan that just hit the ball out of the park. And I myself couldn't contain my excitement when I saw Karan Arjun back on screen after a millennium. But what we should note here that this is the biggest connection of Pathaan to the YRF Spy universe. And in this video, I shall point out such Easter eggs that you might have missed out in this particular film and the fan theories that are coming out after the roaring success of Pathaan and the crazy comeback of King Khan, Shahrukh Khan on the big screen. Primarily, we must know that when YRF produced War, or they even made the Tiger series, they had no intention of making a universe as such. But thanks to Namma KGF and Lokesh Kanagaraj, that they elevated the concept so much that a universe for Bollywood was imminent, apart from the Rohit Shetty cop universe that Rohit Shetty has built, which looks very absurd to me because we don't know why Singham has two different wives in two different films. Nevertheless, here is YRF and the YRF Spy universe that has connected three major films that they have produced. One, the Tiger franchise. Second, the movie War, which will possibly have a sequel, and now Pathaan, that will surely have a sequel because Pathaan is now heading the Joker force, as you've seen in the film. Initial bit when the group is discussing several terror attacks around the world, the talk about a ship Asgard can be heard. Though this ship is never mentioned before in any of the YRF Spy Universe movies, but the footage that they use is from the film War. So this might be an unusual connection between the two films. The movie Pathaan can be considered a retrospective film because Pathaan as a character already knew the character of Tiger, because you know when Dimple Kapadia's character comes and she hints that he will be saved by Tiger, he does not react much, and when Tiger comes also we see a good chemistry between both of them. In the end, when you see Colonel Luthra mentioning Kabir, Pathaan has a very straight face, meaning that he knows that Kabir as a person or as an agent exists. You know, close to the climax, Jim, the character played by John Abraham, taunts Raw and ISI over the closeness of agents like Pathaan and Rubina, asking if they have started some kind of a dating service. While saying so, he also mentions Tiger and Zoya, reminding us that they were also agents, one from Raw and one from ISI, who fell in love with each other, again showcasing the fact that Jim also knows that someone called Tiger and Zoya exist. Now, Colonel Luthra, beautifully aced by Ashutosh Rana, is another major connection between War and Pathaan, but he has no connection to Tiger series as such, and perhaps he can be the replacement to the character of Shinoy Sir, played by thespian legend Girish Karnad. Tiger 3 will surely have the cameo of Pathaan, as it was confirmed between the conversation of Shahrukh and Salman, where Tiger tells him very seriously that he's going for a major mission and he will need help, and Shahrukh very slyly agrees to this. Have a look at this scene from War.
और दोनों उस कैडेट के बाप अब्दुल रहमान ने मुझे दी थी। मैं तो बच गया। मेरा बड़ी मेरा पार्टनर जो उसके बाप और मेरे बीच खड़ा था, वो नहीं बचा।
Now the question arises, who is Kabir talking about? Is it Jim or is it Pathaan he's talking about? Or if Pathaan is a prequel, or there is an entirely new character coming which could be a prequel? Yes, these are just my speculations. But my concern with the franchise is a badass villain. So we have seen so many villains, but none of them has turned out to be badass. Yep, Tiger 3 will have Imran Hashmi, but I don't think he will stand strong against these three mighty heroes of Bollywood. But I also feel Jim was an excellent villain because I began hating him in the end of the movie, but he is now dead. Or is he? Because they did not show him dying explicitly. He might be alive and come together as a bigger villain with other villains. You never know. The post-credit scene of Pathaan did look like a nice little satire on the film industry. As fans, we could obviously think about that and nothing else. But when we talk about the YRF Spy Universe point of view, we know that these two stalwart agents, Tiger and Pathaan, we're talking about some agents who are good at their job, and we can see more characters in the future adding to this YRF Spy universe. This can also be gauged with how Pathan keeps saying that there are so many agents out there who are ready to die for their country. Is there another spy in the making? You never know. There are some references to Tiger Shroff's character as well, and he might have a role in Pathan too, and of course he will have it in War 2 in some manner. When Pathan and other characters reveal to Colonel Luthra that Jim is alive, not dead, as Raw made everybody believe, Luthra very sarcastically says that he is hardly surprised that dead doesn't stay dead anymore. This is a reference to the rogue Raw agent Saurabh's character in War, who made everyone believe that he is dead, but in actuality had taken over Khalid, played by Tiger Shroff's identity and face by plastic surgery to keep himself hidden away. Now, keeping all this aside, as a movie buff, I can't ignore that the film had several letdowns. Though it was a fun theatrical experience for me and I loved the aura in the theatre. And of course, I would like to speak about what was wrong with the film. First, the story was very conventional. Except for a few elements, most things were common. An Indian backstabbed villain, spy who saves the day, the most cliched raw ISI love story where at first the spy is so naive that he realizes later, oh, मैं तो गधा था, अभी मेरे में अकल आ गई है, that kind of a thing. The female character, honestly, Deepika Padukone, if the hero had a sidekick instead of you, it would still not affect the story. I'm sorry to say this. Indian creators often forget that you don't have to make the heroine beat up people and do martial arts to prove that she's strong. She can be intelligent in her own ways. However, in Pathan, she does beat up people, but she's surely not intelligent. The film very easily showcases male gaze, which is an unending aspect of Indian cinema even today, particularly of Hindi cinema. Kantara, a Kannada film, was called out for male gaze and misogyny. But in this film, ये तो कूट के भरा हुआ है भाई, लेकिन nobody cares because this is a mainstream Shahrukh Khan film and there's a lot of political underpinnings associated with it. Deepika in her sultry bikini and her attire in the entire film is an open acceptance that male gaze के बिना spy universe में women don't work. For example, in War, my problem was the song said घुंघरू टूट गए but the heroine was wearing a bikini. There absolutely no connection between the two. When I was told that this would be an high-octane action film, I was expecting something on the lines of John Wick, Die Hard, Grey Man, or even Mission Impossible. But what was impossible for me to see was Shahrukh Khan jumping from a rope of a plane to another rope of another plane, or even riding a jetpack without a basic safety gear. कुछ तो thought लगा लो यार, इतनी बड़ी budget है, इतने बड़े writers होंगे आपके पास, थोड़ा तो आप इसके बारे में सोच सकते हैं. CGI at times seemed massively inconsistent, and due to this, the actors were also comfortable. It was shown on their faces कि चलो this can be managed with CGI, जब इसको कर लेते हैं, scene को complete कर लेते हैं. Seriously, something out of the box was expected, and yeah, come on, the subplots, the tropes were so plain and common that it rarely had me at the edge of my seat. Shahrukh Khan just had me with his entry and kept me mesmerized as an audience. John, though look fab as a villain, he will definitely manage to convince you that you should hate him. The villain has a very good backstory for you to associate with him, and his ambition at the same time will also help your association. But the problem is, our hero and heroine, they don't have such a backstory for you to associate. It's so out of place that you hardly connect with the backstory, but you will definitely connect with the hero and heroine because you absolutely love them, and off camera also you know who they are as person and you absolutely like those characters. So these are some of my opinions. Of course, there are a lot of positive things about the film that I have not spoken about because we don't have so much of gap, but here is something that as high budget, most expected, anticipated Hindi films, they should actually focus on. And if YRF Spy Universe is going to be something in the future, they should add more and more substance to this. Yes, I absolutely love Shahrukh, I love Deepika, I love everybody who's played some great role in the film, but for me, the priority is good cinema and not the actor per se. Now, this is my opinion. You have your own opinion. Write us in the comment section. Let's have a healthy debate. Please refrain from writing galia in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to News Hamster for more such content ahead.